Hi everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to share some insights on the rich and diverse culture. Oh India, as someone who once called India my homeland, I carry with me not just memories, but the essence of culture that taught me the value of unity, resilience, and celebration of life. India, a tapestry of traditions. Introduction. Geographic and Demographic Context. India is a country in South Asia that is home to more than 1.4 billion people. The land is varied from the towering Himalayas in the north, eventually breaking off into the coastal plains in the south. The long history of India, as well as its mix of many communities, has resulted in its cultural landscape, reflecting the influence of its many communities. Importance of culture in India. Culture is an important part of our everyday life in India. It affects social norms, rituals, art, music, and so many more. The Indian way of life is inspired by deep connection to tradition and a very strong respect for history, things that unite people in the midst of diversity. Social customs. Greeting etiquette. The word namaste is one of the common ways to greet someone in India, where the palms are pressed together in front of the chest as a sign of respect. It is a sign of respect. The gesture acknowledges the presence of God with the one you are addressing. Hospitality. Indian culture is based on hospitality, with this phrase Atithi Devo Bhava, meaning the guest is God. How visitors are treated is extremely important. Hospitality is a vast topic which includes an element of food, drink, and warmth giving guests. Marriage traditions. Marriage in India is treated as an important sacrament, and the ritual associated with it also has distinct features, appearing as regional, community, or even religion-based. The exchange of mandatory vows like Kanyadan, which literally means to give away daughter, sister, or a bride, and Saptapadi, rounding the fire 7 times, have abstract social and religious meanings. Festivals as family events. The largest part of Indian festivals lies in family gatherings. Holidays such as Diwali and Eid compel peoples to come together and celebrate, to exchange gifts, and spend some special time with their loved ones. It also fosters unity among families and also helps in the maintenance of culture for the society that has adopted the festival. Festivals. Diwali. Diwali, the Festival of Lights, is one of the most popular festivals of India, celebrated all over the country. It represents triumph of light over darkness, of good over evil. Families illuminate their houses by using the oil lamps diyas. People give sweets to each other in Adaran and take part in a prayerful mode to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. As a result, apart from its religious implications, Diwali is also associated with meetings, gatherings, and family entertainment. Holi. It is called Holi for the festival of colors that marks the arrival of spring season. It is a unique centripetal festival where people of all ages act together to throw colored powders at one another, dance, and be joyful, thinking about the pleasure of the season. It is a carnival that does not recognize the internal divisions of society. Everyone is happy and wants to come together. Unity in diversity. Even though there are numbers of language, cultural, and traditions followed in India, undoubtedly the festivals prove the belief towards unity in diversity. In forms of culture, festivals give individuals an opportunity to assemble themselves in a larger fraternity, thereby differing the region and religion. Food. Regional flavors. Every Indian state has its speciality or style incorporated of their food, and you will find different tastes and flavors in Indian cooking. The differentiation of food in India can be clearly seen in sections of the type of climate they experience in the regions of the world. For instance, the curries found in the northern part of India. In the Indian eating pattern, spices, rice, lentils, vegetables, and fruits are widely used. Cultural significance. Food in India is not merely on the sustenance basis, but plays an important role in religious veneration also. Ceremonial meals have to be handled with certain procedures followed, while foods are part of most religious activities. Festival-specific food items like sweets, betel nuts have special value attached to the symbolic representation of joy and prosperity. Religious practices. Diverse faiths. India has a much religious diversity as well that includes Hindu, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, and Jains. All of them possess their own way of worship, their rituals and festivals, thus add to the composite culture of the country. India has a large representation of religions in the number of structures like temples, mosques, churches, gurdwaras, etc. Places of worship. India is having lots of religious places of worship all over the country. Temples such as Kashi Vishwanath in Varanasi, Golden Temple in Amritsar, Jama Masjid in Delhi, etc., or a few places where millions of people come to get blessings, monument for inner soul, spiritual self, etc. Festive rituals. Religious festivals of India have elaborate and complicated ceremonies. For example, during Diwali festival, Hindus are required to perform puja prayers in order to seek for blessings from the gods. In the same way, while in the month of Ramadan, Muslims abstain from food and drink between sunrise and sunset and offer their prayers to God in the mosque. Interconnectedness of these rites are not only symbolic expressions of faith and trusts, but also means of togetherness and familial and communal reinforcement. Conclusion. Indian culture is the art gallery which has been created and painted by tradition and also religion and people's colorful customs. In families, in feast, in faith, India has always displayed cultural integration in different occasions and ceremonies. It is a culture that is still growing, but which is rooted in the kind of values that have defined it for thousands of years. As they say in India, Athithi Devo Bhava, the guest is like God. I thank you for being my guests today and hope this glimpse into India's culture has been as enriching for you as sharing it has been for me.